Welcome to Sportsnite. My name is Justin Zach, alongside our hot takes analyst for the day, Akshay Luthra, and he's going to give you some of his hot takes.
All right, so we'll start with the NFL. Now, what are we, 7, 8 weeks in? So we've seen kind of how the divisions are shaping up, how the conferences are shaping up. We have the defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, but they have a pretty big difference from that team that won the Super Bowl last season. They have a different quarterback at the helm. And because of that, I think the Eagles will make the playoffs, but they will lose their first playoff game. Whether it's the wild card, whether it's the divisional, whichever game they play first, I think they will lose. And I think it's because they have a young quarterback that has never played in the playoffs. I think the pressure is going to get to Carson Wentz the same way it got to Dak Prescott a couple years ago.
You know what? I disagree. I think Wentz rises in the big moment, and I don't think you should just count him out just because he's a rookie. But not a rookie, sophomore. But there are inexperienced guys like Nick Foles was not a very experienced quarterback, yet he was able to go into the playoffs and play the best games of his career. I think Wentz is surrounded by a great roster. Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, a defense that has been a little bit underwhelming, but was maybe the best defense in the league last year. And I think Wentz will be able to pull it out. I don't think he will fold under pressure.
As a Redskins fan, I kind of was also hoping he would fold under pressure. So
Right.
that had a little bit of a contribution in it.
Yeah.
So on to the NBA, where the season's just started. And this one has to do with the Eastern Conference, because let's be honest, we all know what's happening in the Western Conference. I think the Toronto Raptors will end up winning the Eastern Conference. I know they're not really getting much love because, it's all been Celtics versus Sixers, but they have easily the best two-way player in the league in Kawhi Leonard. They have the most underrated part of that entire trade when they snuck in Danny Green for free, basically. And they just, when you have a finals MVP like that, you got a guy who has the experience, who's done it before. I really think he can carry the team while being the underdog in a very, very weak conference.
I respectfully disagree. I think the Celtics are still the best team in the East. The Cavs won last year, but now LeBron's gone. The path is clear for them. The Raptors, they definitely upgraded from DeRozan to Kawhi, but I don't think Kawhi's such a great leader. He doesn't seem to talk at all, and he's kind of all about himself and the money. I think the Celtics just have so much more depth, and they have a better coach. I don't think the Raptors should have fired Dwayne Casey.
Agreed.
He made it pretty far away. Brad Stevens is the best coach in the NBA, in my opinion.
Let's calm down, okay.
I think so. He's taken the team. Just think about last year. They lost their 2 star players, and they barely lost to the Cavs. Now they got Kyrie and Hayward back, plus keeping everyone from last year, and I only see them going up from here.
Well, the Raptors got rid of a playoff choker in DeRozan, and they got rid of the Cavs out of their sights, so maybe there's a chance. So
We'll
on
see.
to the other season that has way too many games. It's hockey. The Washington Capitals, I was told on this very set last year that they will only believe that the Caps will actually win it if they win it. Well, guess what? The Caps finally won it. And you know what they did after that? They kept the exact same team. So I think they will repeat as Stanley Cup champions. Yes, they don't have their head coach, but they basically groomed a dude to be a head coach for years. Trotz handpicked him to be his replacement, and he's the coach. So it's basically the exact same team. Everyone's freaking out because they don't look good in the regular season. You know what they looked in the regular season last year? Terrible. You know how much that mattered? Not at all, because in the playoffs, they won every series, and that's all that matters. So I think the Caps will definitely take it again.
Oh, what a shocker. You think the Caps.
Yeah, I'm not a Washington sports fan or anything.
Right. Anyway, I think it's very hard to repeat. I think the Caps are a great team for sure, especially riding behind Ovechkin. But I think the Maple Leafs are the team this year. They're the favorites right now in Vegas. They added John Tavares, who's debatably, what would you say, a top 5 player in in the NHL. Plus they have Mitch Marner, William Nylander, and a bunch of other guys that are going to be able to
Austin
Matthews. And thank you for helping my point.
Of course.
And I just think it's too hard to repeat. I don't doubt the Capital. They may even they'll make the playoffs for sure.
Oh, we'll definitely make the playoffs. Don't worry about that. All right, so since I'm me, I got to sneak in tennis in there somehow. The WTA finals are happening in Singapore this week. And my pick to win it all, Caroline Wozniacki. She's coming off a career year where she finally shed that title of best to never win a Grand Slam by winning a Grand Slam. She won the Australian Open. She went to #1 early in the year, and one big thing that everyone seems to forget, she won this tournament last year. This was the spark that sent her to that Australian Open win when she beat Venus Williams in the final. I just think with that fantastic Asian swing she's now been having, she's the most consistent and she can pull it off.
She's great and all, but I think Naomi Osaka is the best player in this tournament, especially after how she upset Serena. That was like incredible. I mean, to do that at such a young age and just like take down a great veteran like her takes a lot. She's done well lately. She made the finals in Tokyo, semifinals in, where was it, Beijing?
Beijing, yeah.
Beijing, and I don't see her slowing down, honestly. I just think she's the best player in the tournament and the most talented.
But one thing we always need to remember, whenever these young players win their Grand Slam, they always seem to slump. So I think it's time for that Osaka slump.
All right, we'll see about that. Anyway, thank you all. Thanks for the hot takes, Akshay, and we will see you back next week on Sportsnite.